JazzCast Pros.
Don't spend so much time figuring out what to declutter that you forget to clean those important exposed surfaces, like your countertops, to keep you and your family healthy. In today's episode, I'm going to share with you 5 reasons why you should not spend so much time on decluttering first and instead prioritize cleaning and wiping down your surfaces for a healthier space.
Welcome to the Declutter Empress Radio podcast, a podcast to help you create a functional space wherever you roam. I am your host, Derria, and today we will discuss how to make your home your oasis. I'm going to give you 5 reasons why it's important to clean your house before you declutter. Now, there are opinions out there to where cleaning your house, for example, dusting, vacuuming, wiping down surfaces can be overwhelming. And instead, you need to get rid of the objects that, for example, if you have stuff on the counter, you need to take the stuff off the counter that you no longer want and toss it before you can clean. Well, the problem with that is that you can get into decision fatigue to where you're so busy deciding, oh my gosh, should I keep this item or should I toss it? You begin to be in a paralyzed mode to where you get caught up in getting rid of everything, saying, I'm going to go ahead on and toss this, save this, or give away this, the whole 3 bags things. But I think it can cause decision fatigue doing it that way. So instead, I'm going to give you 5 reasons why you need to clean your surfaces and wipe down before you declutter. Number 1, for sanitary reasons. It is important to keep a dust-free and dirt-free home, especially if you have breathing issues, especially if you live in an area to where you like to open up your windows and you're attracting all kinds of dust, and you have spiders that you may attract to, like those cobwebs and everything else. You're going to want to make sure that your surfaces are clean. And I am someone who loves to have my windows open. And I also like to keep an air purifier throughout my house. I have 2 air purifiers that I like to keep because I do like to open up my windows. Now, if you do not have air purifiers in your house, I strongly suggest open up your windows for 30 minutes a day just so you can get some fresh air in. But cleaning your surfaces, dusting like once a week, and Swiffering or vacuuming your home, whether you have wooden floors or a carpet, you're going to want to keep those clean every day or every other day. And this is important before even you start decluttering. Now, in an extreme example, if you have objects, if you have things that you no longer need and you have wall-to-wall clutter, that's a different issue. But if you are someone who just have clutter piles here, there, and everywhere, like in a corner, but you have a large space, like for example in the living room, and you have a couch and you have a coffee table, but you have things shoved in the corner, at least you can keep the areas that are exposed clean and dust free. So for example, if you have carpet or wooden floors, you want to vacuum that area every day or every other day. I would vacuum every day. When I had carpeting, I would vacuum every day. And if you have kids, you can get them involved and give them chores to say, I want you to vacuum the floor every day. Bump those things that are in the corner. You want to make sure that at least you have the exposed areas as clean as possible. If you have a coffee table that's exposed, I don't care if you have a card table, whatever it is that you have in your place, you're going to want to wipe those down. And you don't necessarily need fancy things. I will say that if you have warm water and if you have a spray bottle, you could put lemon or warm water in it and wipe it down, or vinegar even, because I have used uh, white distilled vinegar to clean down the surfaces. If you can buy the store-bought stuff like the Pledge or the Murphy's Oil Soap or something like that, you can use that too, just so you can make sure that those surfaces are clean as possible. Use your favorite cleaning liquid to keep those areas clean. That is the first reason why you should clean before you start decluttering, because when you start cleaning your area, when you keep surfaces clean and you're wiping it down and you're vacuuming or swiffering or dusting every day or every other day, you're going to feel better about yourself, and you're not going to feel icky. And just like you may clean your body, you want to keep your home clean as well. And I think that is important. And the second reason you want to make sure your surfaces are clean or your floors are clean before you declutter is because this prevents small particles of dust from lingering in the air, because this can affect our lungs as well. So I think it's priority to make sure that we're breathing in healthy air before starting to pick up a huge decluttering project, especially if you have asthma or if you are just sensitive to breathlessness or if you have respiratory issues. You want to make sure that you're cleaning and making sure that stays clean before taking on a heavy duty declutter project. That takes priority because indoor dust does affect our health. Now, the third reason for cleaning before decluttering is if you have animals. If you have pets, cats or dogs, it can affect their hair. It can affect their skin cells. So while they're walking the floors and walking throughout the home, that dust travels. So you want to make sure that they're healthy, that they're not breathing in the dust particles and everything, and that they're not breathing in all kinds of dirt since they're domesticated. We choose to domesticate our cats and dogs. So we want to make sure that we keep our surfaces clean and our home clean so that their fur can be nice and healthy fur. Is that a thing? I think it's a thing. So we want to make sure that they're clean as well, with the home being dust free, because the last thing we want is to have dust mites and household pests that live in dust, which can cause allergies. And the fourth reason for cleaning before decluttering is if you have plants. Our green friends also are affected by the cleanliness of our home or office, wherever it is that we settle in, because dust accumulates on plants, live plants. Not only do they accumulate on artificial plants that you also want to dust down if you have them, if you don't have a green thumb, but dust also accumulates on live plants. So the best thing to do is to include cleaning your plants inside of your routine, your cleaning routine, wiping down the leaves, wiping down both sides of them. I had to learn this myself, and as someone who is a beginner at taking care of plants, I had to learn, oh my goodness, I have these plants. Let me go ahead and wipe them down on both sides. With if you don't have a damp cloth, you can always use a paper towel, but it's important for them as well to be wiped down because it can affect their makeup as well. So that is important. And when we're not dusting our plants, it can bring in dust mites. And what do dust mites do? Dust mites attract spiders and those little silverfish, and eventually it will harm the health of your plants. And I'm just now learning all of this about plants, because as someone who is now surrounded by flowers and plants, I have done the research to see how I can hang on to some of these plants, because I feel so much better when I am surrounded by flowers and green all day. It does something to my energy level. It increases it for sure. So it is not a good thing. So it's important to make sure that we're cleaning and including that in part of our maintenance before we start tackling our clutter. And the fifth reason, and this kind of ties in, this kind of sums up the previous four reasons, is that in real life, especially with work and kids and family, health and sanitation can be more urgent than having a perfectly organized home. Cleaning tasks are concrete, and they do give an immediate sense of progress, like wiping counters, disinfecting the bathroom, vacuuming the visible dirt. So I want you to keep this in mind as you begin your decluttering project, and know that cleaning comes first before necessarily starting to declutter. I would love to hear from you. Have you started your decluttering project? What do you think about cleaning your surfaces before even starting? Or are you just overwhelmed with the entire progress, or even beginning? And if you are overwhelmed, let me know. Let me hear your tips in the comments, for others in the community can share, and you all can swap different tips that are quick to apply and not overwhelming. And also, I also have a YouTube channel where you can get tips, where I share topics on different things on how to organize, from jewelry organizing to how to organize your kitchen drawers and all of that. So feel free to check out that channel. And also on that YouTube channel, Declutter Empress Radio, I also offer a 30-minute virtual declutter session. So if you click the link on the YouTube bio, you will see that, and it'll connect you to Calendly, and you can make an appointment with me. But yes, so I hope that you enjoyed this episode. And in the future, I am going to offer quick checklists that you will be able to go step by step, easy to apply. And I'm hoping that you will join me on this journey as I help you to create an oasis space. So until next time, friends, I will see you and talk with you, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.